What's up, guys? The moment has come. We are days away from the Oscar nominations. It was delayed due to the terrible California fires, but they're coming up on Thursday, and I wanted to give one last kind of like predictions for the nominations. After the nominations, I'll do one more final who's gonna like winner prediction. So for these final predictions for nominations, I'm gonna have Best Picture 10 and everything else 5, and then I'm gonna have two alternates that have a chance, I think, of getting into either the top 10 for Best Picture or the top 5 for all the rest of the categories. Got a little handy dandy note sheet here telling me what everyone has for guilds, wins, guilds, televised awards, critics, stuff like that. So let's get into it. Best Picture. We have Anora, The Brutalist, Wicked, Conclave, Amelia Perez, The Complete Unknown, The Substance, Doom Part 2, September 5, and Nickel Boys. So that's my 10. My alternatives are A Real Pain and Sing Sing. It was really hard to kind of like do that 10 spot. That 10 spot is what is going to be the surprise on Oscar morning. I have September 5, and I had a feeling it was going to get in, and PJ kind of confirmed it. It's one of those ones where it's not being talked about, but it's getting key things that I think it needed, and I just think it's going to happen. PGA was like, oh, this is happening. So PGA also had A Real Pain, but very rarely. Last year was a very rare exception where they get 10 for 10. I don't think it's going to be 10 for 10 this year. So at that point, if it's either going to be September 5 or A Real Pain, I'm taking A Real Pain out. And what I put Nickel Boys in. Could they go 10 for 10? Yes. It'd be a very extremely rare back-to-back 10 for 10. But I think it's going to be Nickel Boys because it's going to be like what Nightmare Alley was for the 2021 Oscars, believe it is. It got snubbed in a lot of different categories. I don't think it got PGA. It didn't get SAG. It didn't get BAFTA. I believe it got like Critics' Choice for Best Picture, but besides, it didn't get Golden Globes. Like it was really just Critics' Choice, and then like maybe some like guilds. I mean, maybe some technical stuff, and then some maybe some Critics' Best Pictures. But I'm not 100% sure on that. But I think Nickel Boys is gonna repeat that. The only way I can see Sing Sing doing that is if it really has that boost, which the BAFTAs gave it. It did very well, the BAFTAs, which I was not expecting it to do that well. They re-released it, and I still don't think it's in a lot of theater. It's not. It's nowhere near me, and I live like an hour from the city. It's not playing in like some of the city locations, and I'm like, I just want to see this movie. One and two, I think if they botch the second re-release, I just think it's definitely dead. And so that's why like the re-release doesn't seem to be providing as much of a bump that I thought, and maybe A24 thought. So that's why I have it in the alternates, and I put Nickel Boys there. I do think Nickel Boys is going to be the Nightmare Alley. It's going to be like the surprise of the day. And, it's going to be like, wow, I got nothing except for, like, Critics' Choice. Yeah, it got Golden Globe and Critics' Choice Award for film and then some other stuff as well. But I think that's going to be, like, the surprise. Could 11 and 12 definitely be in here? 100%. 11 and 12 are viable candidates. Like Best Picture, that 10th spot is, I've been seeing videos, like no one really knows who to call for the 10th spot. But I do think like locks, Doom Part 2, The Substance, Complete Unknown, Amelia Perez, Conclave, Wicked, The Brutalist, Nora. I think those are locks. It's really September 5, I think PGA helped me confirm it, and then 10 is like, I think it's Nickel Boys, but it's totally up in the air. Best Director, The Brutalist, Nora, Amelia Perez, Conclave, The Substance. So DGA was Nora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, and Amelia Perez. So because of both BAFTA and DGA, I put A Complete Unknown, which got DGA, and I put Doom Part 2, which got BAFTA, which I was surprised it got BAFTA, but those are my two alternates. I don't think... I Complete Unknown is having a very big like surge right now, and it had it at the right time for like nominations. So could James Mangold get in there? Yes. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm still leaving room for Coraline Fargi. I still think she can pull through. She did get BAFTA. She did get, BAFTA. She got Critics' Choice Awards. She got Golden Globe. She's gotten director a lot of times. PGA, can it be 10 for 10? Yes. But like last year, didn't Greta Gerwig got snubbed, stuff like that. So I don't think it's going to be a 10 for 10 this year, which is why I'm like kind of confident it's The Brutalist, Nora, Amelia Perez, Conclave. Those are the locks. Substance is on the bubble, but I have faith in it. And then, if anything, it's going to be Complete Unknown. And unfortunately, Doom Part 2. I just think Denis Villeneuve is getting snubbed. He got snubbed for the first one. It just hasn't looked good for him. I think Dune Part 2 is being treated as the middle movie that it's like it's been done before, it happened, we gave you the awards, and now we already did this. Like we don't need to give you as much, this time, which makes me a little nervous for Wicked Part 2. Let's see if because Dune Part 2 is better than Dune for me. So let's see if like Wicked Part 2 hits that curse as well next year. Best Actress, I have Demi Moore, Mikey Madison, Carlos Sofia Gascon, Cynthia Erivo, and then, like a lot of these, my number 5 spot's going to be very tricky. Right now I have Pamela Anderson. I think The Last Showgirl is hitting that high right at the right time, just like a Complete Unknown. Complete Unknown got like SAG, it got BAFTA, it got DGA. I think with Last Showgirl, it's also doing the same thing. It got SAG, it got Jamie Lee Curtis got BAFTA, which I think is like shocking. So that's why I'm like, oh, people are paying attention to this movie. Will it just be for Jamie Lee Curtis? I don't think so. I think Pamela Anderson will come through. My 2 alternates are Angelina Jolie and Fernando Torres. Angelina Jolie missed out on... She got the Golden Globe, but she missed out on SAG. She missed out on Critics' Choice. She missed out on BAFTA. She didn't even get longlisted on BAFTA. So I don't know what to give her. But I feel like Pablo Larraín, his movies always he gets his lead actresses nominated, and I think it happened for Spencer. Kristen Stewart missed SAG. I'm not sure if she missed BAFTA, but like she missed a few things. Point is, she missed a few things and then secured the spot. I don't know if that's gonna happen because I don't think the it's not as loved. It's probably one of his more mid movies from what I've read reviews. I haven't seen it yet, but I don't know. Netflix is good at their campaign, so maybe they can pull one out. But I do think it's gonna be Pamela Anderson over that, and then Fernanda Torres is a real contender. She won Best Drama at the Golden Globes, which is very big, and they do like the foreign films in there, but they also have Amelia Perez, so I don't know if like that is enough for them, if they're going to go even more. Yeah, she didn't get SAG, she didn't get BAFTA, she also wasn't longlisted for BAFTA, and she didn't get Critics' Choice. And all she got was Golden Globes, and she won that, and I think some critics things. Sandra Hüller was sort of in a similar spot. She didn't get SAG, but she did get BAFTA. She ended up getting nominations, so I don't know. I think both have a shot, but I think Pamela Anderson has the upper edge. Sort of like Demi Moore, it's kind of that career moment for her. But I do think Demi Moore, Mikey Madison, Carlos Sofia Gascon, Cynthia Erivo, I think they're all locks. Okay, Best Actor, I have Adrian Brody, Timothée Chalamet, Ralph Fiennes, Coleman Domingo, and Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig, I'm putting him in my 5 because he got the SAG. But he didn't get BAFTA. He got Critics' Choice, he got SAG, he got Golden Globe. He didn't get BAFTA. And I just don't know if that's, there's going to be an overlap for that. But I think at first we were all thinking Hugh Grant, which is one of my alternatives. But he didn't get SAG, and I just never thought that was going to happen. But I was like, you get 4 and 5, you have to really consider it. You get 3 of the 4 precursors, you really got to consider it for Oscars. But Daniel Craig missed out on BAFTA for both Hugh Grant got it and Sebastian Stan. Sebastian Stan, I really have to think we shouldn't be counting him out just yet. Sebastian Stan got Golden Globe, he got BAFTA, he didn't get SAG, like I said, but Jeremy Strong got, I believe, all 3. So I think he's a real contender, and it's just based on how much SAG is going to overlap and BAFTA is going to overlap. Acting branch, obviously you would think SAG, but it's, there could be just the way voting was, the nominations were announced, stuff like that. Like people kind of like see what's getting nominated. They also, think about that more. I saw something that said the Golden Globes really influenced some of the voting. So it really just depends. I'm going to keep Craig because I'm going more with the SAG, but I would not be surprised Oscar morning if Sebastian Stan popped up in there. And I did see something that he's getting a lot of the international ones like Golden Globe and BAFTA because A Different Man, they're not contending for him. And it's not like a consideration for them. And with, more American audiences, that he has both, so he's splitting the votes, which might hurt him on Oscar morning as well. But Adrian Brody, Timothée Chalamet, Ralph Fiennes, Coleman Domingo, they've been getting everything. It's a pretty standard one, this category, really 5. Daniel Craig probably is going to get it, but there's that one little, each nomination that came out, I was like, oh, Sebastian Stan is kind of growing little and little. But yeah, 1 through 4, locks. Supporting actress, I have Ariana Grande, Zoe Saldana, Isabella Rossellini, Margaret Qualley, Jamie Lee Curtis. Ariana Grande, Zoe Saldana has gotten Golden Globe, they got SAG, they got Critics' Choice, they got BAFTA. They are locks. After that, it gets a little tricky. Isabella Rossellini, she got Critics' Choice nomination, she got a BAFTA nomination, she didn't get SAG, and then she got Golden Globe. So she got all but one. Margaret Qualley, on the other hand, she got Critics' Choice, she got Golden Globes, and she got a lot of Critics awards, like even winning some. She didn't get BAFTA, she didn't get SAG. That is a little nerve wracking to think. But the substance is going to be, I think, an above the line category. So if they're going to surprise at the Oscars, it's going to be above the line. And the only one that I feel like it's not guaranteed is her. So I'm putting her there because they're only really recognizing above the line. And then my number 5 is Jamie Lee Curtis. She got BAFTA nomination. She got a SAG nomination. Last time this happened for Everything Ever All at Once, she got the nomination and she won, which was a very big surprise, and then she won the Oscar. And I think the trajectory is sort of, it's not going to win trajectory, but it's that same trajectory where like some people start to see it and then they're really going to give it to her. And I think the package is, Jamie Lee Curtis, Pamela Anderson. They've been campaigning together, all that stuff. I think it's going to happen. My possible alternatives are Selena Gomez and Danielle Deadwyler. Selena Gomez got Golden Globe and she got BAFTA. Similar to like the international audiences really like her. So I'd say with Sebastian Stan, is the American audience kind of like getting in the way of the votes to get her in there? She could be in there. And Danielle Deadwyler only got SAG and Critics' Choice. She didn't get BAFTA or Golden Globe. I feel they've snubbed her before. I do feel like she has a better chance of getting nomination over Selena Gomez, possibly, because it's that kind of like international one kind of might be like, is what's boosting her up. And then the American audiences might be like pulling her down, so it's going to kind of be split. Where Danielle Deadwyler, she got SAG, and it's kind of the same thing with Daniel Craig. I kind of want to really trust SAG a little more right now, just because it's the acting branch. But that's why I'm also choosing Jamie Lee Curtis. So like, because Monica Barrero from Complete Unknown also got it. This was kind of a crazy category at SAG. So I only have 3 from SAG, but like overall, I think I have 17 out of 17 out of 20 or something like that. It's not a lot, but I've switched a few, and I think that's a normal thing for SAG. So I'm going with Jamie Curtis as my 5, but the 2 alternatives definitely, like I said, for all these, I could see it popping in there. That's why I have them as my alternatives. Supporting actor, I have Kieran Culkin, Yura Borsiav, Edward Norton, Guy Pearce, and Jeremy Strong. Kieran Culkin, Yura Borsiav, and Edward Norton, locks. They've gotten BAFTA, they've gotten SAG, they've gotten Critics' Choice, they've gotten Golden Globe, they got everything. Guy Pearce missed SAG. Brutalist did not perform well at the SAG Awards. It got Adrian Brody, that was it. Jeremy Strong got Golden Globe, SAG, and BAFTA. Guy Pearce only got BAFTA and Golden Globe. And he also got Critics' Choice. So it's kind of just saying what snub is an accurate snub from other voters. My alternatives are Denzel Washington and Clarence Macklin. I had Clarence Macklin done. He was put to bed. Then BAFTA came out, and he got BAFTA. He also got Critics' Choice. But I do see kind of Sing Sing as a just actor and screenplay situation. I do think it's going to be a very few number of nominations for the Oscars. That's why he's at the bottom. Denzel Washington could replace Guy Pearce. And I can see it being like Jeremy Strong, Denzel Washington, Edward Norton, Yura Borsiav, and Kieran Culkin. But Denzel Washington missed BAFTA, and he missed SAG. So that's why I'm heavily relying on SAG, and I'm hoping I'm not making the bad choice of not like also incorporating BAFTA a little more. I am, but like I'm kind of like more like when I'm deciding between the two, I'm saying SAG has a little more sway right now. I'm hoping I'm not wrong, which is why I have Denzel Washington out and Jeremy Strong in. Guy Pearce, I think, is going to be the exception, because I do think the Oscars are going to go a little crazy for The Brutalist. I don't know about wins now with this whole AI controversy. That's another conversation, so we'll have to wait and see. Original screenplay, I have Anora, The Brutalist, The Substance, A Real Pain, September 5. And then I have Hard Truth and Challengers as my alternatives. Real Pain has got WGA, it got Critics' Choice nomination, it got BAFTA nomination, it got pretty much screenplay like everywhere you can get it. So that's good for that. September 5, screenplay just at Critics, but I do feel like it's going to be like the Past Lives of this year, where it gets Best Picture and Screenplay. I can definitely see that happening. I think September 5 is going to be the one. It's kind of like an Oscar movie. I can see the Academy really going for it. Has that Oscar baity stuff that they love to go for. The Substance has gotten Critics' Choice in Screenplay. It got BAFTA Screenplay, got Golden Globe Screenplay. Didn't get WGA, but like WGA is kind of like, I don't know if I really should use that because like a lot were deemed ineligible that are going to be nominated. So it didn't get that, but it's not a big deal. It got a lot of the other ones, and it won the Palme d'Or Screenplay. So it has a lot of stuff. The Brutalist, that has Critics' Choice Screenplay, BAFTA Screenplay, Golden Globe Screenplay. It has a lot of stuff as well. And then Nora, that has WGA. Like I said, that's not a big thing, but I'm going to include it. The Brutalist didn't, but the Nora does. Critics' Choice Screenplay, BAFTA Screenplay, Golden Globe Screenplay. It's been a lot of critic stuff. I think Nora is the one to beat, and that so I really do think 1 through 4 is locks, with number 5 being kind of like iffy. Then I have hard truths. It's Mike Lee, and they really like Mike Lee at the Academy Awards, so they could surprise it. And then Challengers, I feel like is the little engine that could. I feel like it's trying to poke its head into a lot of things. It's only going to get a few, but this is one of the ones it's trying to poke its head into. It has gotten, it got WGA for what that matters. I'm not sure. It got Screenplay at Critics' Choice, so it's definitely been getting Screenplay stuff. So like, if you're gonna count September 5, that's only got one screenplay thing. You have to count Challengers as well. Best adapted screenplay, you have Conclave, Dune Part 2, Sing Sing, Nickel Boys, Amelia Perez. I think Conclave definitely won Golden Globe. It got Critics' Choice. It got BAFTA. Dune Part 2 also got Critics' Choice. It missed BAFTA, and it didn't get anything Golden Globe. So could that be a snub? 100% they can snub it for what I said earlier. That they recognized it already. They don't need to recognize it again. And in that case, I could definitely see a Complete Unknown and Wicked coming in. A Complete Unknown got WGA, got BAFTA, and that's the only one it got. But like I said, it's been on like an up and up with BAFTA being the end. So like if it got BAFTA, that means it's in a lot of people's minds. So it might get the Academy Awards. And Wicked got WGA. It got Critics' Choice. It didn't get BAFTA, and it didn't get Golden Globe. So I don't know. I can see it happening. Complete Unknown and Wicked are very easily popping in there, and I can see it replacing Dune Part 2. Amelia Perez has gotten Critics' Choice, BAFTA, Golden Globe. They're going to go crazy for Amelia Perez. I think that might almost break the Oscar record for most nominated for a single film. They're going to go crazy for it. So if they're going to kick anything else out, I don't know, it might be Sing Sing or Nickel Boys, depending on what they're going crazier for. But I feel like this is the category they're going to recognize more like avant-garde stuff, and that's Nickel Boys for the first-person stuff, because it might not get a cinematography. We'll get to that in a sec, and stuff like that. So we'll have to see which one it would snub out if one of these get in, but definitely Conclave. I feel like Conclave and Amelia Perez, I don't know why I have it at 5, because I feel like Conclave and Amelia Perez are locks, but Nickel Boy might be a lock. It might be Sing Sing that's going, because Sing Sing, Critics' Choice and BAFTA got Screenplay, so I don't know. And then Nickel Boys got Critics' Choice, Adapted Screenplay, BAFTA, Adapted Screenplay, so I don't know. Maybe those stay, and the only one that can possibly get out there is Dune Part 2, which I have it at number 2, but now I'm seeing it snubbed a lot. And what will go in there, based on the trajectory right now, maybe a Complete Unknown, but I'm not sure. International feature, I have Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, See the Sacred Fig, Flow, Kneecap after BAFTA's performance, and it was on short lists. I think it's going to definitely get in here. Then my alternatives are Vermiglio and The Girl with the Needle. Best documentary, I have Daughters, No Other Land, Black Box Diary, Sugarcane, Will and Harper, performing well. BAFTA got BAFTA as well, so that's it's kind of, it has an international vote as well. And then my alternatives are The Remarkable Life of Evelyn and Porcelain War, which is one of the ones that got PGA, which is why it's in my alternative. But it hasn't gotten everything, so it might be a thing that's there. Documentary, there could be a lot of snubs and surprises. Best animated, I have Flo, The Wild Robot, Inside Out 2, Memoirs of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. And then my alternatives are Moana 2 and That Christmas. That Christmas got PGA as well. Didn't get BAFTA, which is the British film, so that might be saying something. But Flo won Golden Globe. Flo has gotten everything. So has Wild Robot. I thought maybe Wild Robot could have been like between like Wild Robot and Inside Out first as we were going with each nomination. Then Flo came out of nowhere and was getting like everything. It got everything and it started to win things as well. So that's why Flo's number 1. That's Wild Robot, Inside Out 2. And I think these are all locks. I don't think the bottom 2 are happening. I do think this 5 is locked. It's pretty standard. They've been getting all of them in beginning stuff, so I think that's happening. Cinematography, I have The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, Emilia Perez, Conclave, with my alternatives being Maria and Nickel Boys. I thought Nickel Boys was going to be a lock. It is not. It missed the Cinematographer Guild, and it only got cinematography for Critics' Choice. So it missed BAFTA. It's been missing a lot. So I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. But Maria did get the Cinematography Guild, which was a surprise. So that could easily pop in there. But Conclave also got cinematography. Nosferatu got cinematography. Emilia Perez. Emilia Perez didn't get cinematography, but I still think it has a chance to get in because, like I said, I think they're going to love on this movie. It's gotten cinematography in BAFTA and some other critic stuff, so I think they're gonna go crazy for it. So I can see that happening. That's why I have it over Maria. Maria could pop in there, and that would swap out with Emilia Perez, but I don't see it happening, like I said, because I think they're gonna go crazy for it. But these are both 2 very, very good alternatives because I can see them in there. Nickel Boys have lost a lot of faith, but Maria is kind of like right up there with the 5. Editing, we have Nora, The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Conclave, Emilia Perez with September 5 and Challengers as my alternative. Nora got the Editing Guild. The Brutalist did not get the Editing Guild, so that could be something. Conclave got the Editing Guild. Dune Part 2 got the Editing Guild. Emilia Perez got the Editing Guild. A Real Pain got the Editing Guild. Could that pop in there also? Could that be an alternative? Yes. I just don't feel as confident with as an alternative compared to September 5 and Challengers. September 5 didn't get the ace, so that but they're not, like I said, the guilds aren't always 10 for 10. The Substance got ace, so I would love to see that in there, but like I said, they've been going above the line, so I'm not sure. Wicked got it, which is kind of surprising. That could be an alternative. There's a lot of alternatives. I had to choose. If you're going to get Best Picture, it's a lot of Best Pictures. So that's why I put September 5 in there. And then Challengers. Challengers did get ace, and I think that might be that could be the only non-Best Picture contender that can get it. But editing, I do think Honora is safe, Dune Part 2 safe, Conclave is safe, Emilia Perez is safe. Brutalist might not be safe. So I'm not sure. As I'm talking about these, I have them at a certain number, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's at that number, like, guaranteed for nomination. I just kind of have, like, these are the ones I think, these 5. Production design, I have Wicked, Dune Part 2, The Brutalist, Nosferatu, Gladiator 2. And my alternatives are Conclave and A Complete Unknown. Conclave could perform very well. I feel like it's performing very well, and it could, like, kind of come out of nowhere and get a lot of nominations. So we'll have to see on that Oscar morning. And could it win? I don't know. I don't know what's winning Best Picture. So could it? Maybe. Who knows? For the Guild, The Brutalist got it. A Complete Unknown got it, which is why I have it in the alternative. It is a period piece. I like period pieces. Conclave got it, which is why it's in my alternative. Dune Part 2 got it. Emilia Perez got it. I don't have it on there. I think it should be nominated, but it's not getting a lot, so that might be the one that doesn't correlate with. The Substance got it. Like I said, that they're not really recognizing things below the line. And Wicked got it, and I think that's like the one to win right now. Nosferatu also got it, and Gladiator 2 got it. I think Gladiator 2 is kind of gonna pull like Napoleon, get a few things, not as much as Napoleon. I don't think they're loving it as much as Napoleon craft-wise. Costume design, a lot of the similar ones: Wicked, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, Gladiator 2, Conclave, and then Maria and Beetlejuice as alternatives. Conclave got it. Dune Part 2 got it. Emilia Perez got it, which is actually kind of surprising. It's like a modern film, so Emilia Perez could be in a lot of these. It could be number 4. I think the record's 14 for a single 14 nomination for a single film. It could beat that. We'll have to. It could. I don't know. I'm in my gut. I'm feeling like it's gonna get real close if it doesn't beat it. The Substance got it. Wicked got it. Maria got it. Another thing, Maria did get some Guild ones. So I don't know what to do with Maria. I just feel like if they're not gonna do Angelina Jolie, I don't see. I think that was the strongest one, so I don't see the other ones following. Because usually his movies only get like acting. They don't really, except I think Jackie might have got some other tech ones, but I don't think it's as strong as Jackie. But all the ones I have, Nosferatu, Gladiator 2, Doom Part 2, Wicked, Conclave, all also got it. So I feel like those are safe bets. You know, like I said, with an alternative maybe popping in there. And then Beetlejuice, I don't believe it got. Oh, it did get costume design, and the Oscars love Colleen Atwood. So I can, and this award like went to Corella. They like to give it to more like non-Oscar movies. So I can definitely see Beetlejuice popping in there as well. Making hairstyling, I have The Substance, Beetlejuice, Doom Part 2, A Different Man, Nosferatu, and then with Wicked and Amelia Perez as my alternatives. Doom Part 2 actually didn't get it, but I do think it could be like one of the things where they might just like snub it because they already gave it to them. I think Amelia Perez could take Doom 2 spot because they're going to love it so much. And it got the Makeup and Hairstyling Guild. Substance got it, but I think that's winning. Wicked got it. A Different Man got it. Oh, actually, and Nosferatu didn't get it either. Wicked did get it, so maybe Amelia Perez and Wicked can both get in there. I think a lot of times also I'm like, are they going to choose one musical over the other, or are they just going to do both? Two things that can fall out are Doom Part 2 and Nosferatu, but I do think Substance and Beetlejuice, and A Different Man are locked. Best visual effects, I have Doom Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Mufasa the Lion King, Better Man, Gladiator 2. Doom Part 2, they got visual effects. They've been getting a lot of nominations, Critics' Choice, BAFTA, stuff like that. Got visual effects. Gladiator didn't get visual effects, but it got visual effects at BAFTA and Critics' Choice. And I do think that's one that could either pop, like that could be like the one that's similar to like Napoleon, or you know one of the alternatives could pop in there. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes has gotten like everything. It got BAFTA, it got Critics' Choice, it got Visual Effects Guild. Lion King got the Visual Effects Guild, and then Better Man has been getting a lot. Better Man got Visual Effects Guild, it got Critics' Choice, BAFTA. So I think that's also going to get in there. So I think these 4 are locks, with 5 could be something else, but I'm going to put Gladiator right now. Sound, I have Doom Part 2, Gladiator 2, Wicked, Amelia Perez, A Complete Unknown. I don't know why I have Complete Unknown so low. I might raise that. But Doom Part 2 got a lot of the sound ones. Complete Unknown did. Amelia Perez did. Gladiator 2 did as well. Like, these are all ones that have been getting it. Alien Romulus got one of the sound ones, so it has a chance. And Deadpool Wolverine got 2 of the sound ones. So I think that can easily pop in and replace maybe one of the musicals. They only choose one or the other. Maybe Gladiator. I'm not really sure. This is I think Doom Part 2 is the only one. A Complete Unknown. Doom Part 2, I feel like the only locks, maybe. Sound, now that I think about it, is more complicated than I thought. I think sound, there might be a surprise in there. Score, I have The Brutalist, Challengers, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Wild Robot with Nosferatu and Wicked as alternatives. Challengers won at the Golden Globes for score. It got Critics' Choice. It's been getting a lot, and I think this is its best chance for a nomination. Conclave, the same thing. The Brutalist, the same thing. Amelia Perez, the same thing. Wild Robot also has been getting, it has been getting score everywhere it's got. Golden Globe, BAFTA, Critics' Choice got score. So I think that's going to get in there. Nosferatu, it's only gotten scored the BAFTAs. Could that be some overlay? Maybe. I don't know if that's more international voters. Not sure. In Wicked, I don't understand how Doom Part 2 gets snubbed out of this one, but Wicked still stays in there. But I can see because of that and the headlines that Wicked gets in there. But right now, I think these 5 are pretty locked. So we'll see. And finally, original song, I have Amelia Perez, Challengers, 6888, Willem Harper, with alternatives being The Wild Robot and Twisters. The GMS, the Music Supervisor, and the Music Supervisors Guild, which is like for songs, Twister got in there. So that's why I put in my alternatives. I think that could be a surprise, Oscar morning. I think Amelia Perez is locked. 6888, Diane Warren also got like the same one I said for Twisters. Will and Harper Goes West. I think it's gonna be like, I think it was American Symphony last year, or the year before. Even if it gets snubbed from documentary, it will get song, and that was the same kind of path as American Symphony. Compress Regress, it got nominated like a few times in places. It got in Golden Globe, Critics' Choice, stuff like that. This is like, I think it's second best. I think it's like score, song, screenplay, editing, kind of go back and forth. And then Kiss the Sky, like the score has been getting everywhere except for BAFTA for The Wild Robot. I just don't think it's going to go that far, but it's my alternative. Like I said, when you've seen the bottom where I have the different ones, it could be in different orders than when I said it, but like pretty much the 5 that's in there are the 5 I think are getting nominated, and then the 2 on the alternatives. Those are, I hate to say this because I'm so nervous to say it, my final Oscar nominations predictions. Let me know what you think of them down in the comments. Let me know who you think is going to get nominated. Let me know your snubs and surprises predictions. I am nervous to see Oscar morning because there's always something snubbed and always something surprised. And I don't know what it's going to be. And it makes me nervous. Oscar morning does make me nervous a little bit, but I will see you when we react to those nominations. And then I'll see you again when I do my final predictions for the Oscars. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Cheers.